Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Harbor Guard in San Diego's main office. And today we're going to go through basically how to put on Harbor Guard, which is a really unique molecule that has a high degree of activity in surfaces that it's applied to. Whether it's metal or gel coat or concrete, painted surfaces. This product is really unique in how it locks in and has a high degree of tensile strength so that what it sticks to, it stays stuck to, and everything else sloughs off, whether it's diesel, whether it's fish guts, blood, squid ink, which is incredibly difficult to get off of most boats or other marine types products. Harbor Guard is your answer. So what I'm going to go through today are sort of the steps and how to evaluate what you're looking at. And one of the first things that we do is we walk up to a boat or to a crane or to some other type of object and we say, hey, what are we coating today and what's its state? Is it brand new paint? Is it brand new gel coat? How glossy is it? How ready is it to take Harbor Guard as a single component coating? So we use this handy dandy gloss meter here, which basically when you turn it on, it gets calibrated in its housing. So you press the button once and our calibration is 95.2. So let's say in this circumstance we were going to this piece of fiberglass which is brand new, and this is gel coat, and we want to measure what kind of gloss is on this gel coat. We put it on, shoot it again, and we're at 90.4. So this is really good. This is doesn't need a lot of prep, probably just wipe it with alcohol and we could apply Harbor Guard right over it. The challenge is in oxidation, because oxidation creates a different porosity in the surface. So if you get a gel coat that might be 5 or 6 years old, and it might test at 35 on the top of the cap rail, and it might test at 20 on the transom, and inside the transom it might test at 65 or 70 because it's on a vertical surface, it doesn't get sun. And on the back of the house it could test at 90. So all of those are different levels of preparation, and that's what we're going to go through today is how do you prepare, because this is 99% prepare and it's 1-2% application, because it's really simple to put on if you prepared it right. So we've got our gloss meter test on this at 90. If you were to do the table, just for example, it's 33. So I think you can get the idea of the variation that you can get in surfaces, and that means different preps. So if we've got, say, any surface besides a crane that is in a high grease environment, what we really want to do is go over with like a degreaser and soap and water. So you might come at it first and soap and water the whole item that you're going to coat, then you might come back with this is a bio degreaser, which is really environmentally friendly. And that takes off all the rest of the contaminants that we won't stick to. We won't stick to grease, we won't stick to wax, ceramics, silicone type products. All that needs to be removed from your surface. After we've got everything degreased and washed, we inspect the surface again. We take our gloss coat meter so we know where we start, so we can also see where we finish. And we come at our surface with isopropyl alcohol. This is our preferred method for most surfaces that are not in a high grease environment. And we basically take a nice microfiber rag, we spray this on, and then we wipe it off, and what this does is evaporate any moisture that may have been remaining on the surface from when we cleaned it with the greaser and washed it off. And you're just really making sure smells like a dentist office in here, but that's really what you're going to get to. So once that's done and this completely gases off, then the next thing you want to do is prepare your Harbor Guard product to go on. So here we have a sample bottle of Harbor Guard, and we have a tray, and we have a microfiber pad. So the first thing we're going to do is put on a pair of gloves, because we don't want to get this stuff stuck to ourselves. It's not going to hurt you if you spill it on yourself, but you're going to have to use alcohol to wipe it off, and it's just not good for your skin. So best to just put on some gloves and have a nice clean workspace. Then we're going to slightly agitate. You don't need to shake it up, just get a little slight agitation to it. And then we're going to put in a fair amount of product, but it goes a long way. So we're basically going to put in about half a pad full. This is if I was going to do a really big project. So this would probably do around 100 square feet. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how much goes into the tray. So once we have the tray, we'll set some other things aside. And we'll take our sponge, our microfiber sponge, and we get it fully saturated. And then if you look here, we're going to squeeze it all out. Okay, so we have it saturated but not dripping. This is a highly viscous product, so it wants to move fast. Now for the camera, I'm going to hold this up at a little bit of an angle. So here I have my sponge, and I'm going to basically just start at the top, and I'm going to wipe, and I'm going to work the wet line coming down on the object, mostly in the same direction. You really have around a 2-minute working life. You don't want to swirl and go back over it a whole bunch. If you feel it pulling, that means that it's already starting to dry. And after, a minute to 2 minutes, you definitely don't want to go back over this, because you will change the direction of how the polymer is laid down on the surface, which won't give it as good of a gloss finish. So that's it. We've just completely sealed off this surface from the atmosphere in 4 hours with no moisture. So you got to make sure nobody's washing your boat. It's not going to rain. It's not going to dew up. You didn't apply this at 5 at night and it's going to be dewy by 6. You just want to have this to be moisture free, because we're moisture cured. So you want to have it moisture free for at least 4 hours. After that, 24 hours later, you can walk on it, you can go fishing, you can have as much fun, do whatever you want with this. You can write on it in a Sharpie and tally how many fish you caught, and then you can wipe it off with some alcohol. So it creates a really unique surface for you to have on your boat or in your yard, or wherever else that you happen to be doing things. So that's the long and short of it. Pretty plain simple. There's some other videos that I'm going to produce that'll show taping methods, cleaning methods for fiberglass with different products, and also reverse polarity. And I will talk to you about polarity in surfaces in the next installment. So that's it for now. Stay cool, have fun. Talk to you later.